Hi, I'm Hazel Vicky. You are 14CS293. This is my second web technology lab experiment. In this, I have to create two pages. One page which will link to the other page. So in my first page, I'm creating a document with the title Google, and in my header file, I have also a style tag. In the style tag, I am creating a CSS page. So in this CSS page, in the style tag, I mentioned type is equal to text/CSS. In this, I have my two ID tags, and then within my style tag, and in this this style tag comes under my head section, and then in my body section, I have a header file in which I have a paragraph, image, and h1 tag. So in the paragraph, I have a type called style, and it has padding left and 30 em, which specifies the size or the width for the margin. Then I have an image source. In the image source, I have a image, and I also have an alternative name for it. And when this image is stored in a file which also consists of my HTML page. Then I have an h1 style. In this, I will display a link block, and this will come under the different styles which is from h1 to h6. Then I have Google written here, which will also be displayed from which will be displayed in that h1 tag. Then I have a paragraph. Then I close my paragraph. Then I have a table. In this table, I am creating a link from link 1, link 2, and link 3. With the help of these links, I go to different pages as mentioned. With the help of these IDs. Then I close my table and I create another table, and in that table I have my contents displayed for each row and for each cell. Then I have my audio. In my audio, I have with the help of an audio tag, I create an audio for my web page, and then with the help of controls, I style it. And then I have a source, and my source is a surfexcel.mp3, and it has type audio /mpeg. So in this, the type has to be mentioned. If the browser does not support, we can display a message, your browser does not support the audio element. Then I close my audio tag. Then again I have a video tag. In the video tag, I am again mentioning a source name, and in this source name I also mention a type name. So the type is mentioned here, and if the web browser doesn't support, then I display a message. Then I go to a field set. In a field set tag, in the field set tag, I am setting contact us, address line 1, 2, and 3, mail ID, and phone number. So in this, with the help of this, I also create a small form like structure, and I have a button which is called register here. In this register here, I can have it links to my second page, and with the help of a href tag. And in this, I have my username and password and a submit button. So, and then I close my field set tag, and I close my form tag as well, which was set for this. And then I also have an iframe tag. This iframe tag is basically to show a map image at the bottom of my page. Now, as we are linking two pages, I have my link to a lab experiment 22.html. So in that, I am creating a resume for my page. So in that, I have my first HTML page as my title. Then I have in my style sheets, I have different IDs, and those IDs are presented within the style tag, which is present in the head tag. Then I go to my body tag. In my body tag, I have various I have another heading which is in the form of h2, and then I have submit your resume and field set. In field set, I have personal details, and I have a table for that particular for my resume. So in first, I am displaying the border for the table. Then I'm having first name. Then in that, I'm having a type, text, name, placeholder, etc. Then I have middle name, last name, date of birth. In that, in date of birth, I have type as date. Then age in years. Then I have in that, I have type as text, and then I have gender. In gender, I'm creating a radio button. In radio button, I am allowed to only click one option, whereas if I have a checkbox, then I'm allowed to click multiple options. Then I'm having another table which mentions address, city, town, state, choose a state, etc. And in that I'm assigning values, and I also have contact information, phone number, mobile number, in which I have a placeholder. Placeholder mentions that way in which a particular text has to be specified. Then I have website, etc. For my field sets. Then I have another row which is qualification with board, university, country, starting year, ending year, percentage, etc. And in this I am creating a checkbox. A checkbox helps me to have multiple values in that particular file. Then I am also having another checkbox for the different countries that I have to choose for my university, etc. Then as I fill in my resume form, I have various types of data and various types of type, mostly in the form of date, number, checkbox and radio. And in the end, for choosing a file or for saving my file, I have a type is equal to file, name is equal to choose file in the form of doc or PDF. And then in order to submit my resume, I have a submit button, which is also in when I mention type, I can say submit, which creates its own submit button and submits my resume. So when I run my HTML file, I will get a HTML page like this with my logo and Google specified, and I will also have a video, but since the web browser does not support it, it will not show along, and the audio will also be aborted along with the image. So suppose I click, I have a register, I can register here, use password, and if I press register, it goes to my next page, which is the resume page. So in the resume page, I have my table with first name, last name, etc. I also have a progress bar along with it. And when I click my submit button, I say submit your resume, it gets saved. And if I click the reset button, then my whole value is being reset again and I have to fill in the values. Thank you.